You kick it like the benefactor's been a factor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's where rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granddad.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Reedy now to return.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On play action, now Carr. They'll roll him out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good...
And right away, he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Shifts by him at the 25. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Gibson.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The ball on the 8 still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Smith catches left side. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And Washington has taken a first quarter lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll this one across the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
And here's a give to Gibson. It's a first. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And the Raiders pick it up. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
From the gun, a give to counter. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. On 2nd and 7, Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
2nd and 10.
Here's Carr.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And angle this one out of bounds.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They'll set up to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And the Raiders have got him. DJ Jones. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Mullen.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing now is Carr.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
2nd and 3.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down and 3.
Now back to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd and a couple, Carr.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Carr now on 1st down.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll drop to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at about the 32. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Here's Carr to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back. In the other direction.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 49 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, what a move. And some space here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Gibson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Off play action. Moffitt. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 3rd and goal and still a long way from the end zone. Back to throw. Moffitt. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Herb Smith Jr. as the first half is winding down. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
To throw on second down, Moffitt. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
To throw his Carr. And he whips that one incomplete there. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr on the move to his left. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10 is counter. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll dump this one off to Connor. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. On 1st down, Carr. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Carr. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And he's got the hook up here, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw. Moffitt. His throw incomplete. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Moffitt slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one is incomplete. Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. To Connor on the check down. Bulldozes past him. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make this a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw from his end zone. Moffitt.
His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Moffitt slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there for the Raiders.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
On 1st down, it's Connor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Raiders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover it.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. Washington on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Moffitt. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Carr now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Carr completes it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Carr.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Carr. And he'll find Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It is 3rd down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
That's to his running back, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing his Carr.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Carr to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, and even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally when you talk about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now Carr, gotta have this one. The quick slant caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal.
And Washington is going to win the football game.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Gibson again.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
101 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
So the extra point good, and a roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Gets this to Waller. And 5 yards. Not going to cut it here. And that clock continues to run.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here's Carr. Got counter.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Washington, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year.